Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gaelic Glory. I am Dean. I am your host. It's been a while since we've done one of these. The channel, it's great to be back. Obviously, you may or may not know me from the United way. You may not. You may never heard before. You may never see me before. You may never heard of me before. But I am Dean. I am your host for Gaelic Glory. It's great to be here. Obviously, I created this channel I think a year ago, and it was up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. There was times where I've lost interest, not lost interest. I love GAA. I'm a Dublin fan. I'm sure the voice, gave it away early doors. But yeah, we're back, and I'm looking forward to it. But today is your Allianz League Week 5 preview. Obviously, there's no hurling this weekend, so there'll be no hurling preview. But yeah, we're back Week 5, halfway through. Well, I wouldn't say it's halfway through now. There's only 3 games remaining now in the league. Well, 4 if your team makes it to the league finals, but 3 to be normal. But yeah, I want to jump in, but before we do, like the video, comment and subscribe, and please follow our socials as well. Be much appreciated. Gaelic Glory on Instagram, Twitter, X, and YouTube as well. So yeah, we're trying to get the channel to as best as we can. But look, I want to jump in to Division 1. But before I do that, I want to look at the leagues. I want to look at the league, the Division 1 league. So as you can see, Dublin and Derry and Dublin, wherever we go, are top of Division 1. Derry with 8 points, Dublin with 4 points. Derry top with 8, Dublin second with 4. Then you have Mayo in third with 4 points. Tyrone in fourth with 4 points, Kerry in fifth with 4 points, Roscommon in third with 3 points, or third, seventh, sixth with 3 points, Galway, who are seventh with 3 points, and Monaghan, who are eighth with 2 points. So look, you look at it, and it's a very close group. You know what I mean? If a Dublin or a Mayo or a Tyrone, and even a Kerry slip up, then the league is just, it's all over the place again. I mean, I want to look at the top with Dublin and Derry. Derry, Dublin. Derry are top by 4 points. So Derry can realistically afford to drop a point or 2 this weekend. And they are facing Dublin, obviously, in Celtic Park. So they're at home as well. We will preview that in a few. So, I sort of... Derry, I'd be surprised if... Well, look, I wouldn't, but I would also be surprised if they don't make it to the Division 1 final. I mean, Mickey Hart has been doing wonders since he went over there. And look, Derry haven't just, beaten a team by 1 or 2 points. They've scored, they've beat teams by a lot of points. I mean, they're only 10 ahead of Dublin. So, that is the group. And look, obviously all 4 games, I think, are on the TV this weekend. So I will preview that in a few minutes. But that is the league. And it's a very close Division 1. There's no doubt about that. And I think that's why people were kind of saying in recent times that this is going to be a very close group. And it is a very close group. But look, we will start off with the game in Celtic Park between Derry and Dublin. It is on Saturday at 5 p.m. On RTE2. As you can see. So, look, this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good game. 2 teams who are coming in after a good previous weekend. Derry, who haven't lost a game. They've played teams. Kerry. They beat Galway last weekend. They beat Monaghan, I think, the weekend before that. And they, I think they beat Tyrone if they've played them. The teams they've played, they've won. They haven't lost. Where you look at Dublin, they lost their 2 opening games to Monaghan in Croke Park and Mayo in McHale Park. So, but then you look at Dublin, they beat Roscommon and they beat Kerry. So, that just turns it around. And look, Derry have been flying in the league. They've been impressive. Mickey Hart has just seemed to add an extra bit of, quality to the squad since he's came in as manager. I mean, just goes to show at the age he's at, he can still do it. I mean, he was managing Louth for the last season or two, and now look at him at Derry. You know, could he be their man? Could he be the extra bit of momentum to get them to win an All Ireland? You know, it's just gonna be interesting to see what happens. But look, it is on RT2. I'll be watching the game. But look at Dublin last weekend actually as well. Dublin last weekend were incredible against Kerry. I'm not being biased because look, Derry have credit. Derry have been brilliant so far this season, and I'm sure they'll only get better as the season goes on. And you know, Derry are serious threat. Derry are a serious contender, I think, for the All Ireland this year. You know, they made it to the All Ireland semi-finals against Kerry last year, losing by that game by I think it was 2 points or something like that. So you know they are up there. They'll be definitely thereabouts in the All Ireland series this year. But Dublin last week against Kerry, many people were expecting Kerry to win that game. Weren't expecting it to be a tough game. Some are expecting it to be tough. Some are expecting it to be, you know, an easy win for Kerry because look at Dublin defensively. You know, Dublin still have Paul Mannion to return. Obviously, Cormac Costello's out. Mick Fitzsimons, Stephen Cluxton still to return. You know, I honestly feel like I'm James McCarthy. He's back, but he hasn't been playing. You know, obviously, on Morcher went off last week with an injury, so hopefully he's well and good to play because I thought he did well against Clifford last weekend. I mean, the smallest man on the pitch did well against one of the best players on the pitch after Conor O'Callaghan. But no, in all seriousness, you know what I mean. It's Dublin still have players to return. And one player I do hope Dublin play this weekend is Brian Howard. I really want us to play Brian Howard. He's when he came on last week, he was a good effect to the team. His pace going forwards as well. You know, he can take on a man and he's not afraid to, and he's a big lad as well, stocky, so he has pace as well, which I think he can pick out a pass and he can take a shot from, like, you look at, you know, your Paul Flaines and your Dermot Connolly's. They didn't mind taking a shot from long distance, and Brian Howard's the same. But look, for this game, it's hard to call it. You know, I was going with, you know, maybe Dublin just because of what happened. Then you're thinking, you know, Derry, you know, both teams come into this game and you know, in high spirits. Hopefully that win against Kerry for Dublin last weekend pushed them on and gives them more confidence. So I'm going to be boring and I'm going to go for a draw. I can see Dublin maybe being ahead with 2 points in the last few minutes, and then Derry just pull back 2 points. And I am going to go for a draw. Yeah, look, I'm not being biased because if I was biased, I'd say Dublin win. But you look at two teams, attack, free flow, there could be goals. This could be goals. This could be a goal fest for all we know. But yeah, I'm going to go for a draw. Let us know what you think in the comments below. But again, it is at 5 p.m. on Saturday at Celtic Park, and if you can't make it, it's on RTE too. So hopefully you can all watch the game. Next up is Mayo against Roscommon. Look, this is going to be another interesting game. Mayo, I mean, look, I'll just put the league form back up here. Mayo, a win for Mayo, you know, keeps them in that race for the league final. You know what I mean? Roscommon, a win would push them up the league and get them away from the bottom two, from the relegation zone. Mayo obviously lost against Tyrone last week by 4 points, so you know Mayo will want to bounce back. Mayo are a bit of a weird team, though. You know what I mean? They do well against Dublin or whatever, and I still think that game against Dublin should have at least ended in a draw. But look, we won't go there; it's behind us now. But for this game, I am going to go with a Mayo win. You know, it's at McHale Park. It is at 7:30 on TG4 or TG Car. So yeah, I am going to go with a Mayo win. I think Mayo will win by about 3 or 4 points. But would I be surprised if the Rossies win? No, because the Rossies obviously beat Monaghan last weekend, so you know they're getting points on the board now. So Yeah, it is going to be it's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? It is going to be interesting to see how things plan out with it all. But I do think Mayo will get the job done. Look, I just feel like the football. The one thing I'll say about Ross Common played Dublin at Croke Park there, and I can only look at Monaghan because I haven't watched much of Monaghan on Mayo. I've probably watched more on Mayo than I have Ross Common. And to expect from Mayo, they're going to try and give it their all. They have Tommy Conroy, Aidan O'Shea, Matthew Rand. Mayo have again, they're another team that are going to be in our database with the All-Ireland this year, whether the quarters, semis, or finals. They're going to be, you're always in there, the All-Ireland part. They never know. It's been a while since they haven't been, probably COVID times. So, it is going to be interesting to see how things pan out with Mayo this year. But I feel like the Rossies, I just feel like, when they played Dublin, they weren't as, consistent with their shooting range and in front of goal. And I think against the top teams in the country, you have to be consistent. And I do think the Rossies won't struggle. They knocked Roscommon out. They knocked Mayo out the Connacht last year. So Mayo or Roscommon are going to go there thinking we beat them here last year. We can surely do it again. But I'm going to go with a Mayo 3-point win. Now we're into Sunday, and that is Kerry against Tyrone. Tyrone again coming into this game. I'd say in good spirits after beating Mayo 4 points last week at home. Kerry coming into this game. Would it be like a wounded dog? Will they come into this game and if you touch them, they're gonna bite? Will Kerry just absolutely rip Tyrone to shreds after what happened last weekend? I am backing Kerry to win this by about 8 or 9 points, and that probably sounds about. I just get a feeling that Kerry, after what happened last weekend in Croke Park, they'll want to put out a statement saying it was only a bad night. But if Kerry go out and struggle, if Kerry go out and lose this game, then I know it's only the league. I don't look at the league and think, oh, this isn't with them. People will wonder, okay, what's going to happen with Kerry now? You know what I mean? I do think they'll win by 8 or 9 points. It is on TG Carr on Sunday from 1:30. So again, that's going to be a good game. I'll be definitely tuning into that. But I just do think Kerry will get the job done. I do think they'll want to put down a marker and let people know, look, that last weekend was only a bad night. That's not us. That's not us. That's what they'll want to do. But let's see what happens. This is the thing with the league. Did anyone expect Tyrone to beat Mayo last weekend? No. Did anyone expect Dublin to be carried by that margin? No. It's just the love and the joy and the excitement of, Gaelic football. But I'm going to go Kerry will win. I mean, you have Clifford, who didn't fire last weekend, Sean O'Shea, Paddy Clifford. You have Kerry do have a good team. Kerry have a good team. Kerry will be, look, I would not be surprised if Kerry are in an All-Ireland final again this year. Some would say it'd be Dublin and Kerry again. You just don't know what will happen. That'll be a top final if it is, and hopefully that is the final because Dublin will be in an All-Ireland final. But yeah, I just think Kerry will want to put down a bit of a mark or a statement saying, look, last weekend that was just a fluke. It was a bad day. Or else if they go out and struggle, well, then look, let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. But the main part for me is teams will start to, boogie on when the championship comes around. Once Leinster, Connacht, Munster, Ulster come around, then people are going to be like, yeah, let's go to. But yeah, I'm going to go Kerry to beat Tyrone. Next up is Monaghan versus Galway. Relegation battle, I think. And the reason why is because Galway are 7th with 3 points and Monaghan are 8th with 2 points. So look, whoever wins this game is pretty much comes out of the bottom. Well, comes out of relegation zone for at least a game. And look, I do think it's going to be a good game. Monaghan are at home. Galway are away. Galway lost against Derry last weekend, but I think it was 5 or 6 points. Monaghan lost against the Rossies last weekend, so both teams come into this game looking to bounce back. It is on TG Carf on Sunday from 3:15 p.m. So, you know what, I am going to... Who did I back to win this one? I'm going to go with a... This is a tough one, but I'm going to go Galway. I'm going to go Galway. Monaghan beat the Dubs, and they've struggled since. And, Kerry gave them a beating. Roscommon. The only points, if it wasn't for Dublin, Monaghan would be up. But yeah, they have struggled against teams they've came up against. One, as you can see there, 1 win and 3 losses and no draws. So I am expecting Galway to win this game, and I'm going to say Galway to win. And I honestly think a goal will be the difference. I think it'd be a cagey game. It may not be the most spectacular, lovely style of play football, but it's Ulster against Connacht, Monaghan against Galway. It's going to be an interesting game, another interesting game that I'd love to tune into, and I'm sure I will. But again, it's interesting to call. It's Monaghan at home as well. Monaghan, you would not be surprised. Monaghan at home. When it comes to Monaghan, listen, if there's any county in Ireland that loves a relegation battle, it's Monaghan, because we could be sitting here come the end of the league, and Monaghan will be 6th, looking down on whoever else, thinking, yeah, you thought we were going to get relegated. Look, if whoever wins this game gets some the climb out of the bottom 2, that's how it's going to be. And let's see how it happens. But I am backing Monaghan, Galway to win this game. Next up is Division 2, another league which is full of excitement, some would say. But I'm going to go with, here's the league. Here's Division 2. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, here is Division 2. Armagh, who are top with 7 points. Donegal, who are second with 7 points. Cavan, who are third with 6 points. Meath, who are fourth with 5 points. Monaghan, who are fifth with 3 points. Louth, who are sixth with 2 points. Cork, who are seventh with 2 points. And Kildare, who are eighth with 0 points. Look, it's a tie. It's like Division 1. It's tight, hard to call. Armagh, Donegal, and Cavan. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see how this plans out as well. You look at Cork and Kildare, not firing. Look, for Fermanagh, you can give Fermanagh credit where credit's due. I'm sure many expected them to be where Cork and Kildare are, but look, they're not. They're under the radar. They're just saying nothing. But look, we will start off with the first game, and it is at 6 p.m. on Saturday in Brewster Park. It'll be on BBC iPlayer and GAA Go on Saturday. Look, this is going to be another good game. Armagh, who will want to win this game to, make the promotion to Division 1 easy. Fermanagh will want to get the job done. They lost against Cork last weekend by a point, which was a very tight game. But look, I am going to back Armagh to win. I'll be very surprised if it goes any other way. 2 Ulster teams going head-to-head. Fermanagh aren't looking for any promotion. They just want to stay in Division 2, and that is all. And look, I predicted Armagh to go up and Fermanagh to go down. But you know what I mean. Fermanagh are just in a nice out position, and I am going to go with an Armagh 5-point win. I am going to go with an 6 points. 6 points Armagh win. And that should respect the Fermanagh because look, Fermanagh could cause a shock, and look, it happens in GAA. But I am going to go with Armagh to win. I feel like they'll want to just to get that win in on to 9 points as well. Yeah, I am expecting Armagh to win this game. Next up, Cavan versus On V, which is mid. Again, 7 p.m. Briefany Park on Saturday. This is another good game. Cavan who want to win. Cavan are third with 5 points, I think. Mead who are... Let's just look it up. Mead who are... Cavan with 6, Mead with 5. So look, whoever wins this game could maybe find themselves in the top 2. But look, you have Donegal facing Louth, Armagh facing Fermanagh. Look, for this game, I actually think Cavan will win. I do think Cavan will win. Cavan have been, again, another team who have been impressive this season, so far this season in the league. They'll just want to win. They'll hope to find themselves in the top 2 come the end of the league. Obviously they'll be looking on to the Donegal game against Louth and the Armagh game against Fermanagh. They'll be hoping one of those teams or maybe both of those teams to drop points. Cavan versus Meath is going to be a very interesting game. It's going to be tight, but I'm going to go Cavan to win by 3. Cavan to win by 3 points. Another interesting game, Division 2. So far in Division 2 with the top 4 teams, it's all about let's get the win, let's get promoted. But look, when you have a Donegal and an Armagh who have quality and are favourites to be promoted to Division 1, it'd be hard to. But look, that's the problem with the divisions. Just get points on the board and see where you find yourself come the end of the league. But yeah, Cavan to win. Mead have a good young team, but travelling to Briefany Park, Cavan who will want to win, I think they get the win. Now, next up is Donegal against Louth at 1:15 p.m. on Sunday at Tierney Park, so Ballybuffet, I think it is. Look at Louth, for example. They're 6th in Division 2 with 2 points. Look, they have 1 win and 3 defeats, no draws at all. Look, Jared Brennan, I'm not saying Jared Brennan's done wonders since he's went to Louth by any stretch. But again, I do think Donegal will win this game by about 8 or 9 points. 7 or 8 points, just about a bit respecting the name for Louth. But look, I do think Donegal will win. And some may disagree with me. But I'm very surprised if so. Donegal, 2nd with 7. You'd imagine they'd get promoted alongside Armagh, but look, you never know. That's the joys and the life of the GAA. But yeah, it's just Donegal. Jim McGuinness going back there. He'll want to have Donegal where they used to be in and around the knockout stages of the All-Ireland. He'll want to have them back in Division 2 or Division 1. He'll want them to have them win an Ulster. And look, Donegal so far haven't been doing bad at all. You know what I mean? They have not been doing bad at all, and I do think they will be Louth. And let us know what you think in the comments below. Next up, the last game, which is on Sunday on TG Carr in Páirc Uí Chaoimh at 3:30 p.m. between Cork and Kildare. Again, 7 against 8. Cork, who have 2 points on the board, against Kildare, who are 8 with 0 points on the board. Kildare have been shocking this season. Very, very bad. I didn't expect it. Because you look at what they done last year. you look at what they done last year as well, Kildare. But yeah, Cork, Kildare have not been up to it this season at all. So far in Division 2. You look at Cork last year, made it to an All-Ireland quarter-final. Kildare put up to Dublin in the Leinster semi-final. I just don't know what to make of these both teams, but it is at Park of Quiv. This could be a draw. This could be another sloppy game. It's a relegation battle. I do think Cork will win. I think Cork will win by a maximum of a point. Yeah, a point is that's what I'm going to go with. A point, sloppy game. TG Carter as well. Look, if you can watch the game or get to the game, I'd recommend so. I'll be definitely looking into that game, hopefully. But yeah, I do think Cork will get the job done. But I don't think it'll be easy because both teams haven't been impressive and they have been below par. And I think it's surprised a few. I'm sure it's surprised a few. Being Cork finished, I think it was third or fourth in Division 2 last year. So, they look like they were going up and now it's just back. But look, they beat Fermanagh last weekend by a point. So, look, that may or may not give Cork a boost and a bit of confidence, which will be needed. Because, look, even though they have a decent team. We're not the best, obviously. But next up is Division 3. And let's go to the Division 3 group. So we have Down, who are top with 8 points. Westmeath, who are second with 8 points. Clare, who are third with 6 points. Sligo, who are fourth with 6 points. Antrim, who are fifth with 4 points. Offaly, who are sixth with 0 points. Wicklow, who are seventh with 0 points. And Limerick, who are eighth with 0 points. So yeah, we'll start off with the first game, and it is Limerick against Clare. It is McNeville Park on Saturday at 6 p.m. Look, straight off the back, you look at Limerick, you haven't been firing. Clare, who are trying to push for a league final. I think Clare win this game by about 5 or 6. That's all I'd go for. It's going to be a tight, interesting affair. Not tight, interesting affair, what am I talking about? But Limerick just... Look, you never expect Limerick to be firing anyways. They're more of a hurling county, in my opinion, than football. Clare, you'd imagine who are more of also a hurling county than football. But, they find themselves third in Division 3. Which, look, it doesn't look... It's not really overly competitive. But you have Sligo, who are fourth with 6 points. And Antrim, who are... fifth with 4 points. So look, it's still a must win for Clare if they want to push on to a league final. But yeah, I just think Clare will get the job done comfortably. Next up is Antrim against Westmeath at 1 p.m. on Sunday at Corrigan Park. Again, Westmeath, who we know, who are second with 8 points. So again, they're pushing for a league final. And yeah, I back Westmeath to win this game by about 6 or 7. Antrim definitely are, I think what did I say, they were fifth with 4 points. So, they'll be up for it. And, I just think Westmeath are a bit too strong. Again, Westmeath will want to be up there with winning a Leinster this year. They want to put it up to the top team. Dublin, Louth, Kildare, Meath. When it gets to the Leinster phase, But yeah, I just think Westmeath will get the job done. Not easily, but I say 5 or 6 points. That's all I'll go for. Next up is Down against Sligo. Obviously, Down, who are top of Division 3 with I don't know what's wrong with me. Down, who are top with 8 points. They've won every game, haven't dropped a single point in Division 3. And look, there's no point dwelling on this. Obviously, Sligo, actually, who are fourth with 6. Look, no point dwelling on it. I think Cavan Down will get the job done in this game. Down have been impressive so far in Division 3. And you have to give credit to Down. You have to give credit to Down and Sligo as well. But both teams looking to find themselves in the league final and to have a good season, which I just do think. I think Down will get the job done. Next up is Offaly against Wicklow. I put the leg back up here. Both teams who have no points on the board, so it's a chance to get 2 points on the board. I am going to go with, I think Offaly will win. I do think Offaly will win this game, but I think it'll be another scrappy game. It's another relegation fight, if you ask me. If a team, whoever wins this, it's a boost. It's a confidence booster. It's points on the board as well to get them out, to get them away from the relegation. But look, even at 2 points won't do a lot down there. But at least it'll be something. It's kind of like a race for 7th place at the moment, or 6th place at the moment between Offaly, Wicklow, and Limerick. But I do think Offaly will get the job done over in O'Connor Park. But yeah, that has been Division 3. Next up is Division 4. Again, we look at Laois, who are top with 8 points. Carlow, who are second with 6 points. Leitrim, who are third with 6 points. Longford, who are fourth with 4 points. Wexford, who are fifth with 4 points. Tipperary, who are sixth with 3 points. London, who are seventh with a point. And Waterford with an 8th with 0 points. The first game up is on Saturday night, and it is Carlow against Wexford at Dr. Cullen Park. Again, it's going to be another interesting game, I think. But look, again, off the back, I think Carlow will win this game. I think Carlow, you look at Wexford, 2 wins and 2 losses. So, Carlow obviously three wins and a loss as well. So, it's going to be another interesting game, in my opinion. And I just think Carlow will get the job done. I don't think it'll be an absolute blitz, but I do think it'll be 3 or 4 points, and that is all. I expect the Wexford to be actually better. I expect them to be around where they are. Well, look where they are. It's not too bad. They're fifth, but I expect them to be at least third or even fourth. But look, a win for Wexford would push them up the league. I just think Carlow will get the job done against the Yellow Bellies. Next up is Laois against London. Look, I think Laois will get the job done in this game. Laois, who are top of Division 4. Looks like they'll maybe get on to looks like they'll be in Division 3 next year if all goes to plan. But look, London, let's see where London are as well. 7th with a point, so look, they have a point on the board, but I just don't think they'll be strong enough to beat Laois, and I do think Laois will get the job done in O'Moore Park on Saturday night. Next up is Tipperary against Waterford. Again, I know I keep going back, but just to remind you all, Tipperary are 6th with 3 points. Waterford, who are 8th with 0 points. And I do back Tipperary to win this game. I do think it'd be a scrappy game. I think it'd be maybe a 3 or 4, maybe 5 point win for Tipperary. And I do think they'll beat the Waterford boys on Sunday at Semple Stadium. And the last and foremost, the last game of the show of the week, not the last game of the weekend, but the last game of the video, Longford against Leitrim. Longford, who are the O'Byrne Cup winners. Leitrim are looking to find themselves in again another. They want to finish in the top 2 to make it to a league final. Longford, who are behind them by 2 points. Again, it's going to be an interesting game. But yeah, I'm going to go Leitrim to win this game. I'm going to go Leitrim to win this game by 2 points, 2 or 3 points. That is all. But that has been the Allianz League preview. Again, it's the first video. I know some would say it will get better and better and better as times go on. But it's the first video.